Welcome back. While humans appear not to have evolved biologically over the last few thousand years, these societies they form and within which they live evolved significantly, such that society bear little relationship to societies of 100 or 1,000 years ago. Now, examining social evolution is actually characterized not only with practical difficulties but with sensitivities to politics as well. Not only politics but also the economic situation, the theories, the social aspects, the psychology, all these attribute to the changes of the societies. And the Egyptian society is actually one of the societies that experienced so many changes since its early history. In order to talk more about this, we are joined now by Dr. Ahmed Salah Rif'i. He is consultant of social systems engineering, and he is also the author of this book, Fan al-Mumkin, or The Art of the Possibility, if I may translate it right. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for your introduction.
Pleasure to have you. And let's start with the book. Let's start with what is it about? What is the art of the possible, like you mentioned as a title for this book?
Yes, actually, if we are talking about the art of possibilities, from the cover you can see the relation between the sky and the earth. The sky is the dreams, and how to take these dreams and you can do it implemented by on the earth. So this is the art of the possibilities. We are talking about social system engineering. Social system engineering is very important because usually when you are talking about social problems, we use the traditional ways. We are fighting poverty, we are fighting illness, we are fighting ignorance. But all our efforts, it doesn't make the solutions from its roots. It continues, the poverty is increasing, the ignorance increasing, and the illness increases. So we are doing we are investing in the wrong direction. So the social system engineering, we are trying to find the root causes of these problems, and we start to work on it. So to do that, instead of doing individual efforts or the NGOs working alone, we want to do an integrated solution. We make a smart social system. This smart social system, it can work and fighting all those problems from its roots in order to achieve our ultimate goal, to be happy, to have the person as happiness. Because not if you are seeking money, the money doesn't give you happiness. If you are seeking health doesn't give you happiness. So to have an integrated solution and to have a smart social system, it can achieve that. So a lot of people telling this is the politics. No, guys, politics are driving this system. I'm building the system like a car, for example. I am an engineer, I design a car, and then I bring some political political leader who's driving this car, but I am not the one who's driving. And he's not, and the leader is not his duty to fix the car. I am the engineer who's my duty to fix the car and make the car very strong. Whatever the leader is coming and drive it, it doesn't make an accident. So this is
more or less a model.
Yes, this is a model. Yes, the system model. And it's very important because when we find the main problem of our society is the selfishness. People are selfish. Why? Because when we talk, when I am strong, for example, I don't need someone that's helping me. But when I'm becoming weak, I need someone to help me. But that's why we built together a third party. We name it a social system. During my time and my strong, I invest from my money and my taxes and my efforts in it. Because when I come weak, I find this system help me. But because maybe the system is not strong enough to help me when I am weak, I start to become selfish. I start to gather money, to think about myself, to think about my very close family. I don't think about the other because I know when I get weak, there is no one who is going to help me except myself. So this is the main problem. So if we find and we make a very strong social system, a smart one, intelligent to how to manage the resources intelligently, we can start to make a teamwork. We can start to work together. We can start to build together. We start to think in the other, and so this is the main issue.
Okay. Sir, you explained to us what is social system engineering. What about the factors that affect the social system engineering?
Yeah. Actually, to do a social system engineering, we have to build first the mechanism or the model, like I said. It's the social structure. The social structure to make the people, to lead the people, to have to create the role models for them. To have role models so the people can act to be this. For example, currently we can have role models in the media, we have role models in the engineering, role models in the medicine. So each role models can lead the people. So if we have role models and I name it I name it the magic. It's the cinema. Cinema can create very quickly role models. The second steps, which is the answer of your question, the tools. The tools, we have 4 tools are very important to motivate people to work and invest and to work. It's first is the education. The education, it's like investing a lot of information and philosophy in the young people to gain it when they're becoming in the work. And the science, to bring the science, local science, not sciences mean that I'm getting I have problems outside and I'm building science so the people solving these problems. Unfortunately, we are exporting or importing all the science from coming out from outside. So the science is solving problem outside, it's not local. So we need to develop science that solve local problems. Third things is the بحث العلمي, it's researches and developing is very important. And the fourth things is the religion. The religion is very important to motivate people to work, because people can work if we are using religion without money, without anything, if they are working towards this religion. So this is four issues are very important to we can use as the tools. But later there is more tools behind in the social structure.
Yes. So I noticed that you're an engineer background. So and social system engineering sounds like a mix of the social aspect and the system engineering. So if you can really explain what is the tie between both, and is this something that you have created as a model, or is it something that is known of integrating both aspects, you know, the technical problem solving techniques with the social elements of life?
Yes. Actually, my background, my bachelor and my master degree is in mechatronics engineering. It's mechanics and electronics, so it's integrated. On that time, from 20 years ago, it was the same. How it's coming, the mechanics with the electronics. So I love to integrate two sciences together. And when we are talking about social system engineering, I work a lot in the social works, and I'm telling you, I invest in the wrong direction, because each time we invest more money and efforts, the poverty increase and the illness increase and so. So I start to think, all my habits and all my learning in the engineering is to solve industrial problems using mathematicals and using modeling and using a lot of tools. So what if I start to think about the social problem as industrial problem and start to use my learnings of engineering and to start to solve it. So that's why I start to mix what I learned in engineering in solving industrial problems and manufacturing problems into solving it into the social system. And one of the things I think it's you can start to make modeling for each person, for example, or each community, like equation with many variables, and a lot of equations is making like a matrix, and you start to predict this matrix how it's going to move. If I'm going, for example, if Egypt win the match, for example, the people what are going to do. So you have a lot of statistics and you have a lot of history, and you can understand and predict the movement of the people. If, for example, if they lose, what they're going to do. So you have all this data, and you know is going to try this on Facebook, is going to do this on Facebook, and you have all the connections, and you have this person, the influences of this person on the others. So if this person is happy, so he's going all his network is going to be happy. So that's why you have all linked with equations and into a matrix, and you know where is the strong point and where is the weak point, so you can work on it.
Sir, in your book you trace the efforts that people make in order to make their lives better. and you do this in a very scientific way. Now, failure is part of the progress of any person. How can people face disappointments and failure, in your own opinion?
When we are talking about success or failure, who's telling me that I am success or I am failure? It's the community itself. So for example, if I am young, I'm a child, and they're telling me you have to be first of your class in the school, so you can go ahead into the university, good university, and be first of your class in the university, and then you go to, after that you will find a good job and you get a good money and you can buy whatever you want. So this is what we raise our child. This is the success channel. But actually, on the real time, how many people doing that and going good university and going everything, and at the end of the day they didn't find the job. And if they find the job, they work from 9 and 5. I didn't get rich. So I give them, and I start to invest them a wrong dream or not realistic from their being young. So if we're talking about the language of our community now is the money. So if I have money, so I'm success. So for example, if bachelor has a lot of money, so he's a success person from the community of yes, he's success because he can buy whatever he wants. But if an author, for example, of a book, he's making a big revolution, but he didn't get a lot of money, so he's a success or not. So we have a schizophrenia in our community. So we have to work on it. We have to invest the dreams and help our children towards these dreams. For example, if I have a dream, yes, it's very good, but do I think how to achieve it? Dreamers are not thinkers.
This is actually what you wrote on the back of the book. You said, because I took a look at it, you said that there should be a balance between what we aim for and what can we achieve, or what is achievable. This type of balance is actually the real challenge.
Yes, but it's very important to write boundaries. For example, if a child, I tell him I want him to draw, to have a dream. He start to take the pen and the pencil and start to work on the walls. Okay, he's good, but actually he's hurting me because he's doing in the world. So I only want to make a community frame or a frame. My child, you can draw in this paper. So this is your boundaries. So we have to make first a boundary, so the people to go creativity. Actually, currently we don't have neither creativity, neither community boundaries. It's random. So we need to organize it.
Yes. And you spoke about, at the beginning, you said happiness would not be coming from health alone, from maybe career alone. It comes from an integrated scenario. How are you presenting this in the book? How are you presenting this integrated solution in the book to have this integrated model benefiting those aspects of life?
Yes. The first thing that each one has to ask from, why I'm here, why I'm on earth, why God created me. So of course He doesn't create me to drive a car or to go on TV or so this is the first thing. So actually we have a community schizophrenia because our dreams are coming from abroad. It's selling. It's, for example, the American dreams through Hollywood. We have the dream to have a big villa. We have a very good car. We have a beautiful woman to marry. So this is the dreams, the materialistic dreams that has been giving us for a long. So the first thing that we need to think as a nation, what our dream, why God are creating us. Actually, it's creating us to invest and do good in work. So this is number one. To know our dream, and then the dream to have it and to start to think and to start to make educational programs so people they can achieve it on a long term, and then to make people love it, because it's very important. If I have a dream and I don't love this land, so I'm not going to do it here, I'm going to do it whatever. But if I love this land, I love my roots, I love my history, and I know how my family are protecting this land and died on it, so I'm going to invest on it. So one of the things is the patriotism. It's very important, and the nationalism is very important. So the people start to have one global dream. To be happy is different. For example, me, I'm being happy if I walk alone on the street. So this is my happiness. Other person is being happy is going out from his with his friends. So happiness is variables. So first of the thing, we have to invest in one dream so we can all have this dream, and each one find his role to do this dream. So this is very important.
Dr. Rif'i, if we take the Egyptian society as an example, this is a very complicated issue because the Egyptian society is a melange of so many cultures, various religions, various backgrounds. It has been subject to so many social changes due to political and economic changes since its early history and until our modern time. And if we take, for example, the past 5 years of our history, we find that so many changes have taken place in the Egyptian society. Now, through your science, how do you analyze the Egyptian society if we're talking about social engineering, social system engineering?
Yes. If we're talking about social system, we are individual system. It's not social system. How we've managed it. If someone is good, he's dealing this organization, so the organization is running good. If he's not, someone is bad, is the organization going bad. So we don't have a social system, we have individual systems. So this is the perfect thing. And we are talking about Egypt. Egypt is a rich country. Before talking about Egypt, we're talking about any country, how becoming rich. If I have land, land is the most expensive things socially on the world, the land. If I have land, it's okay. So the biggest the land I have, the most the resources I have. So this is one thing. So the land is good, but the land only doesn't make a rich country. But if I have a lot of men, youth, they own this land, I can do this land paradise because I have the two factors. I have the land, and I have the people that are going to invest and work on it. We are talking about economics. Economics, it's some papers. Money is some papers. Contracts is some papers. But I'm talking if we can motivate those people to invest and to work, and I give them the know-how and the do-how to do it, they're going to do this very, very high. So this is any country. When we are talking about Egypt, Egypt has something. It's I name it national treasure. It has the history and how our parents are protecting this country and has a history, and it can motivate you. Like I want to be, for example, like Ahmos. I want to be like Ramses II. I want to be like. So I have a lot of role models coming from the history. Other countries doesn't have that, so they try to get role models from our history, and they start to work on it, and they take our Egyptologists and samples, and they start to motivate themselves. But actually, we are very rich. We have the national treasure is here. It's not there. It's here. But to make all this together, the three, the history, the motivation, and the religions, and all this with the people, and to educate them, and with the land, actually, we're going to be very good.
Right, Dr. Ahmed Salah, consultant of social systems engineering and also the author of the book, The Art of Doing Things and Being Successful. Maybe that could be the core of the book. Thank you very much for joining us, and it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so very much, sir, and thank you for the valuable book. We'll read it definitely. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a short break, then we'll be right back. You're going to watch a special report about this year's International Book Fair.